So, the article I want to share today is The Witness. He has a beautiful story and a powerful method to ease your pain no matter what the circumstances. Ray Josephs, a journalist, once met the famed Robert Frost at the latter's 80th birthday celebration. In all your years and all your travels, Ray said to Frost, what do you think is the most important thing you've learned about life? In 3 words, I can sum up everything I've learned about life. Robert Frost paused and said, it goes on. It really does, doesn't it? It may not be how we want it. Life may be difficult or challenging, but we don't stop breathing, sleeping, or eating. Yes, some of us keep complaining about the unfairness of it all, and yet meandering through the inconveniences and obstacles, we keep moving from one moment to the next. If the gradual erosion of life is a fact of human existence, what can we do to soften the blows or strengthen the banks, so to speak? Plenty, as it turns out, but a famous Zen story first. There was once a stone cutter who was deeply discontent and frustrated with his life. This was no life, toiling like a donkey day in, day out, without any pleasures, he thought. One day he passed a wealthy merchant's house. Through the open gateway, he saw many fine possessions and important visitors. Now that's what I call life, he murmured. In that moment, he wished with all his might to be like the merchant. To his surprise, instantaneously he became the merchant, enjoying more luxuries and power than he had ever imagined, but envied and detested by those less wealthy than himself. A high official passed by once, carried in a sedan chair, accompanied by attendants and escorted by soldiers beating gongs. Everyone, no matter how wealthy, had to bow low before the procession. How powerful, he thought. I wish I could be him. Lo and behold, a moment later, he found himself in the official's place, being hauled everywhere in his embroidery sedan chair, feared and loathed by the people all around. It so happened that on a hot summer day, he felt rather uncomfortable in the sticky sedan chair. He looked up at the sun, which shone proudly in the sky, unaffected by his presence. I wish I were the sun, he thought. Suddenly he became the sun, shining down fiercely on everyone, scorching the fields, getting cursed by the farmers and laborers. And then a huge black cloud moved between him and the earth, blocking his light and shine on everything below. How incredible, he thought, and longed to be free, fleeting, and powerful like the cloud. Soon after he became the cloud, he found himself being pushed around by some great force and realized that it was the wind. Wanting to be the wind, he became the wind, blowing tiles off the roofs of houses, uprooting trees, causing destruction at his whim and leisure. But that did not last long as he ran up against something that would not move, no matter how forcefully he blew against it, a huge, towering rock. That's one thing, he thought, that has been here for thousands of years, unmoved, unshakable. That's what I've got to be, a rock. Silent and still as a giant rock, as he stood there, proud and secure, he heard a familiar sound. There it was, a hammer pounding a chisel into the hard surface. He looked down and saw far below him the figure of a stone cutter who was busy working, one blow at a time. As a stone, now when he objectively looked at himself, he realized how powerful he always had been. And so it is with being a witness, Sakshi Bhava. When you are going through a difficult phase in life, when you feel frustrated for a moment, just step back. Don't be the stone cutter who constantly wished for someone else's life, but be the one who, in the end, saw that he was always someone with great power. For a moment, whatever difficulty you're going through, just imagine that it's happening to a third person. It's not happening to you. I want to read this again, Masters. For a moment, whatever difficulty you are going through, just imagine that it's happening to a third person. It's not happening to you, and you're observing that person from a distance. How's he or she feeling, reacting? What is their attitude? How is he carrying himself? Do you feel he or she is more stressed than they ought to be? Just watch that person. Watch closely and pay attention. Observe their behavior, response, and everything else. If their pain is really how they feel it is, you will empathize with that person automatically. And when that happens, your pain will subside. If, however, you can't relate to their pain, you will emerge from this experience a new person. You will find yourself less emotionally invested in the adversity. A kind of carefree abandon will wash over you. Try it any day. The emotional pain and trauma will ease almost immediately. It requires mindfulness to cultivate the consciousness of being a non judgmental spectator, but it is extremely rewarding. Mullah Nazruddin was having a conversation with his friend who told him that Buddha said life was suffering and everything was empty. Absolutely everything we experienced, consumed, saw, felt reeked of emptiness, including the delicious food we eat, Mullah said. Absolutely. Then how did Buddha become so fat if he ate empty food? Mullah, his friend, chided him. Buddha was an awakened being. Sure he was, Mullah said. Who else would have the confidence to have a belly and pose for a picture with no shirt on? But I guess all the distinctions created by stereotypes, all the chattering of a rambling mind dissolve into an awakened consciousness like crystals of sugar in the hot tea. That's what being a witness to your own life does to you. It lends you the much required objectivity to live a life of grace, meaning, and beauty. Most of the emotional drama and turmoil will simply disappear as if magically if you reject the option of being the culprit or the victim and instead take the position of a witness. We take ourselves, our feelings, and words too seriously. Amidst the lamentations and grievances that escape our lips, it helps to take a look at fragrant lilies and stunning orchids strewn across the path. No matter how unjust the universe may seem, how imbalanced its scales, it is an impartial witness. It has no favorites nor any bone to pick with anyone. If anything, it enables life, which is an extraordinary gift, a fascinating chance to experience untold beauty in you around you. It all boils down to attitude, an attitude of gratitude, that of patience and compassion, the one of hope and fortitude. You can't go wrong with a mindset like that. Powered by the algorithm of the universe, the playlist of life is blaring on. It's up to you to decide whether you wish to join the chorus, enjoy the ensemble, or walk away because some songs are not of your liking. Any which way, life goes on. This is the story I wanted to share today, Masters. Thank you all for patiently listening. Hope you all had good meditation. If anyone would like to share your meditation experience or your perspective on the article, please feel free to unmute. Thank you, Nandini. Yes, Ram.
Namaste, Swapna, and namaste, everyone. So I just joined for the wisdom sharing,
Uh-huh.
and what a beautiful Zen story.
Yes.
How much ever we may try to explain a concept, a simple story instantly brings the whole wisdom in a much connected way. So I really like stories. I become a kid when there is a story.
Yes.
The whole imagination that goes behind the storyline takes you deeper into that wisdom and how beautifully it is narrated, how the rock turns again to this person breaking the stones. So when we become a witness, and particularly I like this statement that think whatever that is happening to you for a moment as if it is happening to a third person and observe the things. Wow, what a beautiful
Yes.
spiritual suggestion. I think the moment we move off from our shoes and see it as if it is happening outside, our understanding of the situation completely changes.
Changes. Mm.
And it is the true witnessing. It's like we observe or witness a sunset, and so we observe, witness events in our life, situations in our life. And every sunset we enjoy, there is no difference. We enjoy every sunset. Everything we witness, we enjoy. And so when we witness our life situations, we simply enjoy without any tag of difficult or joyful situation. Witnessing brings peace, witnessing brings bliss, witnessing brings the present. So, very beautiful article, Swapna. Very profound, very profound. Thank you.
Beautifully summarized as always, Ram. Thank you. It's about not comparing our life with others too, which is also I felt is a very important thing. We tend to get into that sometimes when life doesn't go the way we want to. So I guess it's all about being content with what you have and striving to look at life positively. So one thing that really helped me in some situations is when we face a challenging situation, be it with health or be it with anything else that's going on in life, this too shall pass, and everything will come back to where it was, is the kind of thing that thought. Whenever I put that thought, I see that, as he mentioned, emotional, we are not that emotionally disturbed when we are trying to change our thought. Instead of trying to be in the situation, you are either trying to just have that positive thought, or and also trying not to go deeper into the issue that you're facing. So that's something that really helped me. And I guess being a witness is a beautiful tip, as you said.